Hello, beautiful friends. Okay, so I'm going to try to just get pictures into this journal. So I actually have so much stuff here. So there's my journal, and I told you about in part 5 how I went through and just put the pictures on top of the pages. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to adhere the pictures to the pages. So push that to the side. Here's just some stuff that I can use as decoration. I have my little box of fabric scraps here. I have some tissue paper from wrapping. I have some stickers that came in a Christmas card. Some wrapping paper that I still haven't used. My little stars. This was something I found at a thrift store called Christmas Reflections. Label stickers. And then I hit the jackpot at a thrift store a couple of weeks ago. I went to get tins to put my cookies in because I make cookies and give them as gifts. So I went to go get some Christmas tins at the thrift store, which I found for 25 cents a piece. Took them home, washed them, put the cookies in, gave them to my friends and family. It was awesome. But they had all their Christmas stuff was 50% off. So they had all these Christmas stickers. I kid you not, they were in the free basket. Free. Like, I think one of them, the lady, when I went to buy them, she said, oh, one of these actually has a price tag on it. I said, it's okay. Yeah, see, 25 cents. I said, it's okay. I'll actually pay for all of them. It's not a big deal. These are gems. I love them. So I'm using some of those, and then wrapping paper, and yeah, that's what I'm trying to limit myself to. And if you've watched my other videos, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you know that this book is no longer a mini book. It's a mega book because I decided not just to do stuff that's happened this week. I decided to do stuff that has happened since Thanksgiving. So anyway, I'm going to get started. I'm going to see what happens. I may speed this up. It depends on how quickly this takes me. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens here.
So I decided to go ahead and speed it up. My original plan was that I was just going to set out to put as many photos on the pages as possible, but that did not happen. I did on this. I just kind of put a photo down, thought I would come back and journal about it a little bit later. And then I turned the page and started putting stuff on that next Christmas card. And it was all about Thanksgiving. And I just got hung up on Thanksgiving. So when I said that I was going to try to get as much done as possible, yeah. Spoiler alert, I didn't get very much done. So I focused on this card right here. And I just put all of my photos from Thanksgiving and journaled a little bit about Thanksgiving. So that's pretty much what this video is about. Now, the other thing that impeded my progress was that I decided to film this video late in the afternoon. So by the time I had finished, the sun was almost completely gone. And so the lighting changed and it was getting harder to see. So hopefully I'll be able to edit and keep it as bright as possible. But yeah, that was another problem, was that I was losing my sunlight. Okay, so I want to document Thanksgiving. I have a few things that I want to write about. The first thing I want to talk about is the tablecloth that my mom brought for me. So every year, whenever we have a dinner or something, I always ask my mom to bring a tablecloth. She has some really nice old tablecloths that she has had forever. So this year, she actually went and bought me a tablecloth, which was nice now that I don't have to ask her anymore. But then she also brought me this tablecloth that my grandma had had in her dining room, like forever. Like, I just remember it was always in her dining room. And she told me I could have it. So it was kind of cool because we put the new tablecloth underneath, and then we put Grandma's lace tablecloth over the top of it, and now it's mine. So that's kind of cool. So I wanted to document that. The other thing I wanted to document was the people that we had over, which was just my family. And so I had a few pictures of us sitting down at the table to eat, and we don't do anything really formal or fancy. We actually have the football game going on. as we eat, and everybody just kind of helps themselves, and we just sit around and we feast. Thanksgiving is truly about the food at our house. We love Thanksgiving. We love the food. And of course, we love being together and all that good stuff. So I'm just using some tissue paper that I got from a gift that I unwrapped yesterday. And surprise, surprise, it's blue. So if you haven't been watching my previous videos in this series, I did not mean for this to happen, but my pages are all turning out with a red, white, and blue theme, which is kind of odd because I had no clue that that was going to happen. I'm just drawn to blue, and then I pulled in red because of Christmas, and when I have light blue and red together, and then I add some neutral like a white or a tan, oh my gosh, that is like heaven. So yeah, so this page is turning out to be red, white, and blue. So as I'm putting stuff over on this right-hand side of the card, I noticed that it has this little sentiment written in there about counting your blessings. And I thought, well, I don't want to cover that up because even though this is a Christmas card, at Thanksgiving, we do count our blessings. So I wanted to kind of keep that visible. So I kind of mess around with these pictures to try to figure out what's the best way. And I don't know why it took me so long to figure out to put the shorter picture on top and the taller pictures on the bottom, but I finally figured it out, and I was able to edit most of that out of the video so you didn't have to see me struggle with that. And then just simply putting a messy little border around those photos. I don't know where my China marker is, so I just ended up and used a Sharpie. And then adding a couple of those label stickers, and that kind of brings in a little bit of red, and then going to my little scrap fabric box that I have in the upper right-hand corner and pulling out some red. I think this was kind of like, it was called velour, let's see, velvelour, that's what it was called, velvelour. It's like a cross between velvet and velour trim. So whatever, I just glued that down. And then had another little scrap and decided to use that. And I don't know if you saw that or not, but that picture in the upper right-hand corner, I had a teeny tiny piece of wrapping paper left over, and so I tucked that in behind it. Then I pulled out some of my stars, which also seems to be a theme in this journal. Totally did not mean for that to happen, but I love it. It's another way to pull in some pops of color, and they're super easy to use. So because the photo is above the card, I need to add a little something something, and so I pulled out a little piece of red scrap fabric, which works perfect because now that adds a pop of red onto the front. So the back, the last thing that I wanted to document was that this meal was the first time in all the years I've been doing Thanksgiving, and we've been doing Thanksgiving for a really long time. I would say probably 18 years my husband and I do Thanksgiving. Sometimes we've had up to 30 people at our house. Sometimes it's just been the 5 of us. But every year we strive for the perfect feast, like where everything turns out. And it seems like every year, I mean, we've gotten so good that every year there's just like one thing that we're like, man, that was a little too dry, or oh, we overcooked that, or it was too salty. Every year. This year, that did not happen. This was the first time where it was the perfect feast. Like every single piece that we made turned out awesome. And we work really well together in the kitchen on Thanksgiving. Like we have got it down to a science. He takes care of the bird. I do all of the sides. I do, I'm a big, like, one time he tried to get canned green beans and I like freaked out. So everything is homemade, handmade type of stuff. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, and we finally had the perfect feast. And oh my gosh, that was perfection. I know you are probably thinking I'm pretty silly, but it's the little things in life, and Thanksgiving food is one of those little things. Okay, so back to this. I pulled out some of my old scrapbooking letter stickers and put Thanksgiving on there. And then I decided that because I put it on a piece of lace, I need to go over and stitch it down because glue's not going to work. So I had to pull those photos off. That's like the third time I've had to pull those photos off. So I went over to my machine. I stitched it on there. I did some stitching all around. I don't know, I just always feel like when a page has stitching on it that it's complete. That's kind of like my thing. If it's got a photo on it and if it's got stitching on it, it's complete. So I did that. Then I came back and I added some extra glue to it. Just going to put the date on these label stickers. And then, yeah, I think it's done. And I didn't mean for this to take up the whole video, but once I got started with Thanksgiving, I kind of couldn't stop. I have one little problem place, and it's really not that big of a deal, but I have all these stickers, and so I thought I would go ahead and add some of these stickers. But in the bottom left-hand corner, there is the barcode to the Christmas card, and it doesn't really bother me that much, but I'm thinking maybe I might want to put a sticker in there. So I'm just kind of going through my sticker stash, seeing if I can find something to put down there to kind of cover up that barcode. I end up and find a little, like a Christmas label sticker. And then I didn't like that trapped space between the red trim and the sticker. So I need to add something else. So I end up and find my stars, and I just put a little cluster of stars down there, which seems to work out pretty well. Okay, guys, so as I'm wrapping this up, I want to ask, what do you want to see? I've gotten a lot of comments that you guys love this series. I can keep on going. I can stop and just finish the journal up and then do a flip through. You know, it's pretty much whatever you guys think will help you with some inspiration and get you using those photos and maybe some recycled Christmas cards and stuff. Just let me know in the comments below. I totally appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I hope you have a great and creative rest of the day. Bye!